Hey everybody, it's Nick Falcon. Let me turn Conley Woods off. Drafting a Scars Block 8-4. I'm going to take a Volt Charge out of this pack. Defensible picks other than Volt Charge include Beast Within, Shriek Raptor, Pure Steel Paladin. Might be powerful enough to take first pick if there's not a Volt Charge or something similar for your fancy. But we'll grab the solid removal spell. Jin Gataxius is not going to be my pick. I think I'm going to take the pig here. It keeps us on color. It's powerful enough in its own right. This is not a particularly good pack. Crest is fine, but staying open is a little more important. And Gremlin Mine has its uses as well, but I'm kind of interested in seeing where this Razor Swine takes us. It may not be the world's greatest pick. Certainly better than Jin over here. Mutagenic growth, perhaps. Okay, so paid off. I was actually thinking, I was like, maybe I'll get a Fallen Ferromancer. Third pick's a little late, but here it is. Maybe this Leon in a table will go red-white poison. This Exarch is fine. I think it's probably Ferromancer, Gremlin Mine, or Worship, and the Ferromancer is clearly the best of those three particular options. I'm hoping that doing one of these, just kind of taking my mind off how hungover I am, is going to do wonders for me. It is 3:02 in the afternoon, and I am still pretty brutally hungover. Okay, so this pack has options out the ass. This guy is pretty sweet. 3/2 with random protection abilities will just get there sometimes. With 2 poison cards, this might be a consideration. You never know. If we get more swine, certainly. Force Worship still pretty good. Thopter will leave us the most open, although the Soul Eater is pretty good too. Still don't have any idea if this is any good, but I don't think I would take it before I would take Tanadon. This pack is a test. This will determine some of the things that we are trying to do in this draft. I still, even though I have these 2 poison guys, I don't think the Fiend's the pick. And I think the Spine Thopter will leave us just as open as the Volshock Refugee. Although it is a pretty sweet red dude, I think I will just grab the 2-drop flyer and see how that works out. Oh, I mean, that was kind of a wussy pick. I wouldn't blame you for wishing I had, sacked up and taken something interesting there. But sometimes you're drafting interesting decks, and sometimes you're drafting the best deck. There's no reason we can't still be a sort of poison shell. It's not like Fiend is a poison guy in his own right. Cage Sun might have been, we have some red guys, but obviously it's unlikely we'll be mono. And, the Refugee would have been fine as well, and is pretty good against our current deck. So red appears to be wide open, with Artillerized Whip Flare and Slash Panther all in this pack. Not that Panther is a red card. Spire Monitor is pretty late here, but I think Artillerize will pay the most dividends, although I'm not a big fan of it. I'm actually not even sure if Whip Flare is like appreciably worse than Artillerize in my estimation, but I think I'll just grab the removal and burn spell. I mean, I sort of prefer to think of this as like, a Lava Axe rather than a removal spell, because I hate 1-for-2ing myself. But that is the way the card works sometimes. Victorious Destruction is the pick out of this pack to stay red. Obviously something like Mortis Dogs, Chained Throat Seeker, or even Lost Leonin are defensible as well. But we'll just keep taking red cards. Here I'm actually going to grab the Pristine Talisman. I think we'll get Dorks, and I haven't gotten to play this card as much as I would like to. This is a reasonably late guess verdict, but you never know what's in the pack. This is a fine thing to throw with an Artillerize, that's for sure. Leeching Bite or Growth. I'm just going to take the Growth. I don't want to commit to playing green necessarily. And Growth's a fine trick, especially if you're protecting a Ferromancer or using a Razor Swine to do things. We're not at a lot of creatures right now, but we have 1, 2, 3, And this guy is repeatable, so we're pretty good on removal so far. We have the best red removal spell, Nufrexia. We have a mediocre red removal spell from Nufrexia, and even more mediocre removal spell from Nufrexia. Ogre Menial is, I think, the pick here, just because, again, it keeps us in red. Not too worried about Leeching Bite or Shriek Raptor. Shriek Raptor is a double white, or else I might consider it. These are all pretty bad. This is the Black Shrine. I guess that's the best one. I mean, it's certainly better than the Surge Known here. I mean, not the best shrine, the best card out of the pack. Yeah, we'll grab another Victorious Destruction. This guy did table, but more Artifact Destruction can't hurt. Hate Furnace Scamp, like Rotting Hystrix, so I'll go that direction with it. Scamp is just terrible in most situations. I can see myself running a Ruthless Invasion. Definitely before I can see myself playing an Omen Machine. Like if I was in a really aggressive red-white Metalcraft shell, Ruthless Invasion will do over Concussive Bolt in a pinch if you can't pick one up, but you should be able to pick one up. That's the issue. So a bunch of red cards, a couple Phyrexian Mana cards, and a Pristine Talisman. So far, so good. My feeling is that red has tended to be overdrafted in this format, so that's actually pretty surprising. I was sort of hoping, I was going to make a joke when I thought it was the green shrine, the one that makes mana, that it's not only is it the best card in the pack, it's actually a gift because we are going to open a red Sensitive. Didn't make that joke, so it was pretty weaselly of me to try and get away with it now. But obviously we're going to grab the big X spell. This is not that good of a pack anyway. I mean, Divine Offering's in here. Treasure Mage is fine. Gargoyle's pretty sweet. Serum Raker, but we'll go ahead and we'll Zenith here. So, all the red cards. We are mono red removal right now. I need a second color at some point. Here, I could grab the Revoker, or I could grab... There's really not anything I want to commit to a color for. We don't have any equipment, so Brass Squire is pretty bad. I think it is just Revoker. Spin Engine is another consideration, but Revoker has enough utility, and we're short enough on 2-drops that I kind of just want one to get me started. Turns off things like Blinding Soul Eater, Opposing Anatomist. Okay, so it looks like we should be in black. Flesh Eater Imp versus Spread the Sickness. Normally you want to take a Spread the Sickness, but we have a lot of removal spells so far, and a pretty, decent Infect sub-theme. Hopefully that Mirror we just saw tabled for our Flesh Eater Imp. I think that the Imp has the most potential upside, and a Vat Mother comes to us, so we're going to snap it up. I think having Artillerize in the deck makes it so we can get rid of our own Vat Mother if it becomes an issue. It's a pretty big beating on whatever turn you get it down. There's a Rager in here too, and this Marauder makes me kind of sad, but if we're going Red-Black Infect, I guess we are just selling out on Red-Black Infect. Viridian Claw is actually pretty sweet also. So is Virulent Wound. But I think if we're just playing a bunch of Infect guys all of a sudden, Septic Rats is the direction we want to go. I would love the Claw. Claw's pretty sweet on Ogre Menial. I'm almost talking myself into it, but I think we need to be taking black cards. This pack has a Core Prowler, that's fine. Snap it on up. Not too worried about most of the cards. I mean, this Geyser makes me kind of sad, but maybe we'll be able to take any Grasps we open. Okay, another Core Prowler. I think I'm going to grab the War Driver. Having double red, double black is kind of awkward, but War Driver is going to be pretty sweet in the deck. I need 2-drops. I have a pretty big glut at 4. Maybe Core Prowler's the pick, or Flare Husk even. But I want cheap things. I'm not going to take Digester. I'll just grab the Ringleader. And it's not close. Certainly don't want a Training Drone. We don't need to run both Destructions, and we don't... I mean, we should probably run Mutagenic Growth at this point. I don't like this pick anymore. I wish I had taken the Core Prowler, or just the the other thing. But I made my choice. This is our original pack. Flintstermite comes back to us. Serum Raker is still here somehow, but we'll take the poison card. Yeah, I mean, this guy's just going to be really awkward to run, especially since we want the rats and we want the Vat Mother to come out. Maybe we'll get a Black Cleave Cliffs, and it'll all work out. See, I called it that time. I was thinking it, and I called it. Of course, if I open Black Cleave Cliffs, I'm not going to first pick it. Another Flintstermite. Don't mind if I do. So many Serum Rakers for some odd reason, but take the cheap early infect guy, as you do when you're infect. Rally Forces actually will be pretty okay in this deck. I'm gonna take it. I'm not too worried about if I Reese's here. I mean, not actually just legitimately run the Rally the Forces, but I will consider it. Gruesome Encore's terrible. Metallic Mastery is not far behind. With no sack outlets, I'm just gonna grab this stupid thing. And yeah, I don't want to get mountain walked all over, and I will take that Revelation and yeah, find our land. So this deck is interesting. Was there a poison guy in the pack with the Spine Thopter? I can't remember. Maybe I'll just get infinite tiny red and black or black. Well, we're going to take the Clasp here. Are we? Or are we going to take the Grasp? No, we're going to take the Clasp. If we have a poison sub-theme, we're taking Contagion Clasp. We may be passing our only shot at black removal this entire pack, but we like artifact removal. Throwing, we do need things to throw with Artillerize, and obviously it's pretty sweet to Contagion Clasp them to death. This pack has a Contagious Nim, a Moriak Replica, a Sylvok Lifestaff. I don't think Forge Master is the pick. I think it's between Lifestaff and Replica. Well, I guess Liquid Metal Coating is interesting because we do have 2 destructions, but not that interesting. Painted Strike is something that'll table, but something we could take. Could take the Sentinel as well. Does this deck just want Contagious Nim? I think this deck wants to be able to draw some cards. Lifestaff would have been pretty okay there too. Hello, Plague Stinger. Welcome to the squad. Take that and be pretty stoked about it. Maybe that Neil Spellbound will come around. So right now I think I would cut... I mean, Spine Thopter's not great right now. I could cut a VD, or I could cut the Spiny Thopter. I mean, I think Rally the Forces should probably go before Spine Thopter. Fine. Fine. I mean, maybe not. Maybe with the Vat Mother we actually just want First Strike. So I have a bunch of cheap infect guys. I have 1 pump spell. This Zenith is kind of at odds with what we're trying to do now, but unfortunately Tainted Strike doesn't target sorceries. Kind of nuts if it did. So maybe we should have been blue, because there is a Volition Reigns, to which we don't have an answer. Bladed Pinions is the other option, and I think that's got to be the pick. Cannot cut a Volition Reigns this early. I guess this guy's not bad either in a deck with this kind of stuff, but we'll take the Pinions. We actually will play the Pinions, so certainly that's good news. Painsmith is pretty good, except that we don't have any artifacts. I think we want Leaden Mirror. Leaden Mirror powers us into this Vat Mother. I mean, Painsmith is good when you have it on a Razor Swine or a Plague Stinger, but otherwise a little lackluster. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts. Yeah, I think I want this Leaden Mirror. Strider Harness is an interesting one, but I think the acceleration will actually do us well. Maybe I'm just going to splash green. Is that too awkward? I don't think we want anything else in this pack. Anyway, there's infinite blue cards swimming by, which isn't, I mean, not that these are fantastic, I mean, but this is like the second Thrumming Bird I've seen. Let's grab the X spell that actually would be relevant in our deck. Blackleaf Goblin is pretty subpar. Look at the Nurok replica. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infect guys. I think this is just annoying enough, and I'm unlikely to want to actually run the other one. If we get that Tainted Strike back, Full Shock replica is going to be fine. Cut you. I mean, not fine, but I mean, not great, but fine. No, I stand by fine. Let's grab that. Pretty good on our Bat Mother, yeah. Strike tabled, so grab it. You're the only thing. Well, maybe the 1/5 actually would have been the pick there. You are not exciting, but you're in my colors, so I'll grab you. So, no, not really running you. Target creature. Yeah, with one. This guy plus Tainted Strike, and I have the Thopter. It's a weird draft here. I guess the Forger's better, but I'm going to have to find that out the hard way. I don't really want to run this War Driver particularly. Guess I don't need to run this Revoker either. So all of you make L deck. You are going to make the deck. Maybe you're not going to make the deck. I'm not actually accelerating into things with you. Trying to Limitless Power. I mean, there are worse cards we could have. We can get much red, which is kind of weird. Maybe the guy opened some kind of red bomb, and that's why we got cut. So, are we going to run Thopter? We are going to run Growth, so let's put that in. So we could run the Thopter, we could run this War Driver, we could run this second VD, we could run this Revoker, and we could run this Tainted Strike. We don't need to run the Volshock replica right now, but so if we run the Strike, I think the replica is pretty sweet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 non-infect creatures. That seems pretty bad, actually. But if I run the Thopter and the Tainted Strike, then I can board in the Revoker. That seems okay. I have. Is that really all the non-infect guys I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have 10 infect guys? 1. Let's do it by. That'll reveal it. Nothing really excellent to do with this Artillerize, but that is the risk you take when you grab Artillerize. Non-effect guys at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got 10. Okay. Oh, then maybe Tainted Strike isn't necessary. Maybe we want Rally the Forces. Certainly, if we're going to run this, I think we should run Tainted Strike. We could cut that pretty easily. I mean, we have a pretty solid chance at burning him out, too. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's add El Lando. No, no, yes, yes. Done. Perhaps I want to go 10-7. Yeah, let's go 10-7, actually. Get the besieged land in there. We don't really need double red ever. And we need double black on turns 3 and 4. And we have this lead in there, so we should be able to get there at 10-7. See you in round 1.